94.7 94.7 Asempa FM Suni Ekosiisen dwumadi no asogo so a otie no ye the discussion segment na ebe hyehyɛ so make say chairman Allotey Corps atenase honorable Kojo Edu Asare atenase and a Salam Mustapha and so ewa ha mpanyifo ni no won ebedi enkomo but this one from Obatampa Frances Esiam and she says Obi good afternoon, tell Ransford Jampo to stop the gymnastics and put it plainly that they are using the strategy of individuals online referendum or e-voting to continue the UTAG strike action but avoid leadership liability for likely contempt of court. My regards to Uncle Allotey, that Obatampa Frances Essien Martin.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Yo. Good afternoon, Obi. Please, is UTAG's constitution above the constitution of Ghana? A high court ruling? How can an association vote to decide whether to obey a high court ruling or not? I don't understand. Alhaji Ismaila Ewo Akim Odan and Odiwe Abra Alhaji. Thank you. We say Obi. I mostly hear Allotey Corps supporting everything about Nanado and the NPP and condemning everything about Mahama and the NDC. So there is no way he can describe himself as an independent panelist. He is simply peeved. Ebenezer Kwamena Thompson, or Sekunde, or communications officer for the secondary constituency. NDC. Oh, baby, who know Ebenezer Kwamena Thompson?
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon, Obi. Please, what is the position of the law when a court makes a decision and you disagree with the decision and you want to appeal for the decision of the court? Do you abide by the court decision whilst you apply for the appeal, or you ignore the decision of the court? It depends. I mean, in your appeal, no, ubet me a stay of execution on the original decision. So why you now appeal you will have to abide.
They don't have a stay.
They don't have a stay. Yeah, they don't.
That's why I was asking the question. See, I didn't want to bring the contempt issue like anti-Frances. That's why internal me business that question, no, because I was looking at the possibility of contempt of court.
Yeah, which is a possibility. But you tag, you know.
I also want to, I mean, like, say, are we saying that their lawyers are not also like
what time it is,
like how to meander their way through the process. I want to believe
legal advice.
Definitely, they also know they may have some legal grounds on which they are, doing something.
Because as we speak, NEC, and National Labour Commission, the call court, the National Executive Committee of UTAG, NEC. At the discharge of duty by issuing a statement said the strike has been called off.
Right. So they've complied.
More like
of contempt.
Yes.
But in that next statement, almost like the shame say, but pursuant to UTAG and Casa Constitution, the branches should vote.
Yeah, but UTAG
so the branches should vote whether to accept
overriding the national constitution.
I agree. And I make as a neck for the day they've complied by issuing that statement. In that same statement, Oma Womu say the branches should vote whether to accept or reject next decision.
Yeah, but the right of appeal, no. So I'm sure say ruling and I say there are days.
What time within which are you appeal?
Have they like
this? That's what we have to find out.
So
that's what we have to find out.
That's what I'm saying. You sure that they have some
legal advice, of course. Of course. Because according to Professor Jampo, the days available to them to vote at the branch every year just 5 days. And a second day, you get it. And you're more 3 days more to go.
So that's by Friday.
By Friday. Until let's see how it goes. But Yemrana fe Yemesha any and Komo. We say, Obi, good afternoon. Can the state stop paying the lecturers for no work done? Angelo. Angelo, the last time a government tried that thing. Now, so I recall that it was under, was it Osafo as finance minister? Yes, I recall time and
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Yeah.
Kwame, I love you.
Kwame, I love you. But I say, union leader be at it, ya buy me pa. Charlie Kwame, I love you too much. Wow, Kwame, I love you was solid for Nagrat those days. And I'm not too sure say government would want to consider that option, say, or more withholding salaries. But we say, Obi, good evening. Is UTAC powerful than the High Court of Ghana? Well, maybe they have a legal advice from their lawyers. Eric Tetefroku, Assembly Member Komikrom Electoral Area. Pikewo Elembele in the Western region. And he says, Obi, please, my take on today's proceedings in Parliament. In fact, I'm very sad on why since 2020, our borders have still not been opened. Is it because almost all the border areas are within constituencies and districts, which are notably NDC strongholds? It is a fact that some people have their livelihood on economic activities in these border towns, and these people end up paying taxes to the government for national development. Today, in Parliament, Ghanaians are being told those borders have still been closed as a result of security implications. Is Ghana at war with our neighboring countries? It is high time the government did the needful to give economic life to folks in our border towns. A very big good afternoon to NDC National Youth Organizer hopeful Ernest Yao Broja Jemfi, the real man as NDC National Youth Organizer. That's from PK in Elembele. And or the way up. In some of those, but a lot happened in Ghana's parliament. Salam, Mijisa Obana Utie in parliament. What happened? The speaker was visibly angry about the Nyomabi and the first deputy. Are overturning some decisions I will know and making. Etel saying,
Obi. I mean, Chow. Enyumbrewe, I think it's a time ago. I mean, Chow Uncle Allotey.
Asempa FM.
Honorable
Kojo Asare.
Special duties.
Obi, Jamaluddin Seminchao.
Jamaluddin.
Michia SM fans for you now.
Okay.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Sami Boachi. Our Samakasi.
Salam Mustapha.
Just short. Many shots. On Saji baby, the movement in there. A Gigana baby, in fact, Cecilia Crowder, a common any, a co global. I just said, because China crab who has a movement.
As a movement.
That's right, it's a movement. Obi, me bano, me te.
Yeah.
Say, wo ye interviews. Earlier, so me follow proceedings kakra on Parliament or more Facebook page.
Yeah.
Maintenance tieni na die, but kakra me hu ya no na speaker. Na ase ne buefu kakra because some of the things are okay no who say na or the yaw na or kasa
Asempa FM.
It's like me kakra because we share the ruling the first deputy speaker Emma, I think yesterday
Emra, yeah.
I think it's in line with consistency. Sure, we share this particular parliament, particular party be
Ekosiisen on Asempa
say be bipartisan. Every issue be a basic Ghana be a parliament say we want bipartisan, committee. Yeah. Once other, institutions of state mandated, so mandated to discharge those responsibilities. No, now parliament also say we want to constitute committee to deal with same. Issues of COVID-19 expenditure.
Yeah.
Now, Obi, COVID-19 FM.
No.
We are still battling with the pandemic. As a third wave no called from Enchebia. Other countries are now beginning to open up. Just 2 days ago, and Australia, more borders to foreigners. all this while for close to 2 years, no. Now, sir, or mine, and the complete shutdown at the point, cry. Or more citizens cry, ain't me back row no more. Oh, we are still battling with the pandemic. We are not finished. And senior deputy majority leader, Ekayano, 2020 audit report is before the House. And see, adding a moon chain to deal with the issues of the audit report. And if there is anything wrong, no more the Debbie. I say, politics, no. I bet you there's so much. Bibia, you politics. At the expense of timer, you bet drink, senior, you bet you which I don't think is good and counterproductive. So I think that it is okay for Mr. Speaker to maybe not be too happy about something, but let's be honest. What is right is right. Whoa. If minority caucus in parliament, the fact that speaker or NDC, no, it doesn't mean say on so and continue to let them push the agenda. It's becoming one too many destructive. And look, you see, the majority side, majority caucus, agreed, and they put together a bipartisan committee and dealt with some part of those issues. Sputnik V.
Yeah, the Sputnik V.
Yes. Members of majority, MSI investigations, they at the end of the day, almost chassis and brought a bill of censure against the minister, knowing very well that it was out of bad faith and omoye sadiano. But once from omo a holding some political value winti, they will still go ahead and do. Once yes, Anna, we have put our personal interest, no, ahead of the national interest. Say this parliament, they need to build consensus. Oh, the nature of that parliament now. Inti someone they agree. Say building more consensus to work. Then some of Nyama is counterproductive and doesn't help in that consensus they should be building. No? So I think that the first speaker, the first deputy speaker, was not out of place to say, look, for mischief purposes, we are doing this, and let's push it aside. You know, I don't think that Mr. Speaker should overly get hurt, but in the interest of Yeyinano and the august House of Parliament, they should all realize that Yeyinaya, like I said, in there, me find phone, and I'm on Facebook page, so share proceedings. And sometimes we be on portal now who the thousands of people are on more share. We say, there's interest in the activities of Parliament. Inti Ghana for show they should lead. Only the representatives of the people of Ghana. What I say? Yang from one ko say, munko bo political football. Go and overly double in politics, and you know the score cheap points. You know, ahead of Nyama as a country that. Really no, I say yen na yen fa kwan ya yebetimi na ya chire on my way and give respite and reprieve to our people. Anti media honestly me so I'm not happy the way Parliament way AC kono. We share Parliament way the one that has recorded the highest amount of BBI yen bipartisan. BBI even football almost bipartisan. Now you're afraid that you know on the answer questions. I mean it's one too many and it is losing some valve no. Oh, it is losing it.
But is that not what parliaments are meant for? To properly checkmate the activities of the executive way our Congress in the US, and we admire because I remember issues with data way about Facebook near you know. Congress hauled the Facebook CEO, bipartisan committee, and It happens. Mekai, in the wake of the global economic meltdown in 2008, okay, time banks, top CEOs, and look at what happened to them in Congress. And who san your man ye pay. You don't be by a had na as a pushback be a bay.
Pushback be any ho. Omoye pa. When uko committee, a juma omoye, the people are almost summoned to committee to come and answer questions. A dog some pa. So and yes, we are against it, and now there's a pushback. Okay. A juma omoye, almost every state institution echo answer questions. And Obi, una they interesting. The Public Accounts Committee, who chairs it?
The Deputy Minority Leader.
So, won't me say, NPP for control of committee into a because we don't control that particular committee into be intimacy and we have cooperated with the committee. Into make us we share the intention.
Yes.
Idea, the purpose are supposed to satisfy one more of a political interest. I say, oh, we there, you be boss na narrative na comedia, na ye kasa, na ye accusation oh say yes ana, na ye say on so much politics than nyamana ebe boying to develop. Oh, and I think that it has become one too many, and I think, Mr. Speaker, on the first deputy and probably the second deputy, maybe together with Omon leadership, now Omon Nyamani B, senior parliament where it will be a blot on their record if some of these untoward Nyama Yehuno continues. Because it will be on the speaker's record, say, the parliament and na Yehun se Ghana. There were fisticuffs in parliament. It is on his record. And he shouldn't think that a recorder, I think he should be overly minded of his years, over almost 30 years of service. Na obekofia just because of partisan interest in tea na wamanyama ato sinkakra na odi edin boni akofie. I don't think the speaker should let that happen. He should play it very well, fair, neutral, and nice to all parties. Some of these things we are seeing now have not been the case, and I'm not saying that say Bibi Eto Sinya they shouldn't question, they should, but I bet one too many Bibia bipartisan committee, Bibia bipartisan committee. Obenum insokra na wa me a yemfa bipartisan committee na yembe hwe ma dentina no mission wa me. I think it's becoming too many, and it's becoming one too many. And we share senior honorable Afenyo markings. On Asempa FM. Consistency in the narrative and mischief. You will see it. And that's why I'm saying, we are becoming too polarized because of partisan interest. And Parliament looks like Ceciano, because of numbers, they seem to be leading that charge. Hey, but nobody has done wrong. If anybody has spent the money of the people of the Republic of Ghana and it is so captured in the auditor's report, the person should be taken on. The law should work. And nobody should be shielded. And nobody will say anywhere, say they shouldn't go after anybody. We will not countenance it. And I'm sure that when the auditor's report goes before them and they see anything wrong, they'll raise it and we can interrogate. Till now, omuni enjina sobia to say anyway. Enjina sobia anyo. There's no single accusation of anything. I say, Yonko fishing expedition. Oh, why should we waste such time? To go on a fishing expedition. Window shopping. Oh, okay. I mean, we can't do that.
Very
we can't do that.
My dear Honorable Kojo Asare, I'll come back to you. We say will be Article 187, subsection 6. This on the Attorney General's, the Auditor General's report. I'll say, quote, Parliament shall debate the report of the Auditor General and appoint where necessary a committee to deal with any matters arising from them. Ask the minority, why can't they do this? Kwabena Sapon and Onodiwe Abraying. Kwabena, thank you for tuning in. And earlier, Honorable Clement Park said, Obi, so according to Alex Afenyo Markins, the e-levy is to fund only two things, roads and youth unemployment. So how come various appointees and MPs list everything under the sun as what the killer e-levy would be used for? Obi, they should bring the bill to Parliament and stop preaching e-levy. We would vote against it any day, any time. They can do village and hamlet hall meetings. It will not change our position. Honorable Clement
on
MP, Bulsa South, and all the way about. We say,
Obi, Clement Park,
very well, very well. Obi, there's absolutely no relevance for a bipartisan committee to investigate COVID expenditure when the Auditor General is doing the same thing. The politicization of the committee might even interfere with or dent that of the Auditor General. I believe the minority is just after two things: the sitting allowance and the sensationalism. They can either petition the special prosecutor or hold a press conference if they aren't patient enough to wait for the Auditor General's report. Jama Ludin and Odiwe Abraying. Let me see. Obi, please ask UTAG why they have declared a strike action but still teach weekend classes of graduate students. Yeah, so student of the same level and will write same exams. Okay, I know that's a UTAG for an a year no a day amount. Good evening, Obi. You're doing a great job. Greetings to Salam Mustapha, National Youth Organizer in waiting. Sibawe Bawa. And all the way are praying. Honorable Kojo Asare.
Yes.
Me pacho Parliament in the summer akoso. Me is a wa follow. Eto saying.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Crime committed today
has no expiry date.
Has no expiry date. So, let me start by wishing my I don't know how to call her. I don't want to call her my ex-wife.
Happy birthday.
Your current wife.
I cannot.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Some way, somehow, there's a wife somewhere.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. Perpetually do Asare.
Okay.
I wish you well.
And then the birthday.
And then the birthday.
Very well.
Maybe I will be a Nyamishrao for the good work done so far. And I have so much confidence in you, and I believe, sir, God will protect you, strengthen you, keep you, and make you a good grandmother and a great grandmother.
Amen. Amen.
The best answer. We'll send the test. We are done. No test. Yeah, Obi, like I was saying, no. Bidye, I feel say Obia yade aban adwuma hyansa. Na akuntabuo hunsem bi aba ho. You will be better off facing the times. Na say udina ubeyi anaso ubeyi ho afiri mu anasa ube twetwa age ho afiri mu a entemu a anka beboa. Most of the time you betwan aban no be free ho one day. Obi be kwa kwotwe sa asem yaba. Ebi asa time we free adwuma mu. Privileges kakra na nka wo kra na at that time ebi ana woni. ebi kra yare who says that time no and ana yede omo etwen omo up and down so omo ku yi asema no. So for me it's not how well or how dexterous we try to use words and you kind of say in parliament to exonerate you. Once somebody feels something was not well done, it's on record.
Asempa FM.
Any day, it can bounce back. To me, they can say this would have been an opportunity. You see COVID sika, a man for kind one would have expected say, look, if we did a good job with that money, this is a timer. As I say, you demonstrated Ghana for say, Sasikano. I'm far baby.
Almost Auditor General, yes, but
does it also stop the Parliament of Ghana to do the same? You are talking about as of now, Parliament, year being your friend saying, anyway, when you're 2022, year being auditor.
2019, dear, no motion.
Wonderful.
In after late 2020, dear.
Okay. I'm sure 2019, dear.
Yes.
If we are about 2020. What is the motivation for them asking for it? Because this is the time that people want to know. Certain decisions have to be made based on. Because people have argued, say, they want sika dodo bi afa monsem as a government. Mumu hunkunta. Nka mubu san kunta no mayen a ebe mayen hu se ampa ya discussion monsa mutimi wesu ye. Based on which bibi na se musumu we free ha etimi agina sa decision no so na de ayama. Haven't you heard that argument? For me, obi to be kase fa o sempa free me so mani yi. Found some perfume so. What vida? Inti adia wa ya onim se wa ye ni yi. Wa ye no pepepe. Bibia boni bia am bemu. Wa ye no frinchim ma niema de da be eda. Ye ka se bebu hu konta we ye bogu. Ye bogu. Inti for me I don't want to argue over this. I can assure you. Bobby, mark today's date. I can assure you, should governments change any day, this COVID matter, it will come back. Mark it anywhere. Mark it. This COVID matter, it won't die. Parliament for 82, almost about 220. Last 7th Parliament, some are home. Another so those who are what show said next Parliament will you be there? What did I mention? Say then I just say who position who do a Parliament who the casa bebre now who the say that what show say the next Parliament, the 9th Parliament, Oberwoho. Now I hear the same thing. That's what all of us should be mindful about. Wow. Akuntabu die before say ehunhia. Why ye juma bi na eska anase juma. Oh, some of us look, me pesika pa o, but me pesika bon.
FM.
You understand? I have conscience personally. It may be enye the right my own spirit will fight me first.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Na so obi free abontin kra be kadia na we kumi kra no. Unim de ntia. Me yakola no. This is something that I have lived with over the years. This is one fasika antu baby. Baby e share wo fie kona bia me hu. Na my father am de kusku na makodi. me papa we fahana we do a bad boy ni akofa you ni abebu ofie na just threats all over. Satana mendi 10. So, and this thing, it made me koya my faith. I realized, look, this thing is about to destroy me. So, between who said I deal with, because minimum first in this area we did you a primary school and everybody knows that this is a brilliant guy. This was a blot. And now Betty yes we have coffee we had there. And I could tell sir it was eating me up as young as I was at the time.
FM.
And I told myself, sir, my boss had because my mother morning devotion and he made us believe in prayer. I prayed for about 4 years. Sir, because I stopped. Yet everybody was afraid of me. That was fear. And no was there. What was eating me up at the time. I built up a conscience from that time. So be a dear pa minim se enye media. Na enye me na me ye adwuma ye. I will never convert it, let alone touch it. It's a shame crying Emma, with all the challenges around me, my family and all of that. We are not from any proper but Charlie a big go school, a big yes, maybe who said Charlie it's at a point school no, it wasn't going to help. So I near ma me need some media connect ama menya me bearings for life. And that's what I did.
Ekosiisen on
Intimi odi ejuma sheminsa. Na se upe ejuma kronkron. Upe say because I know how to work for money. And I said whatever to do to raise my own money. And that is what I carried into public life. Intimi mi traho emo bi fa Bonnie, sa Brazil issue here by. What is Obiaka said do Asare akodi 1 cedi. Africa is so kusun. It's a crime. No. A corruption.
No.
What you say I say where this car. Even when the state hadn't given me money, me call Brazil, I borrowed $20,000 from a friend. Because here corner in Kuteska. Nipa na yesi okuteska no. Ono di kan ko Brazil. Yesi obeba be share from one state or a province to Brasilia where we were playing the match. So no be free sa place ho aba. Me nim time obekwa kodu.
Ekosiisen
obekwa kodu ana eja na say whatever. So before we flew from here, I went to a friend of ours with a senior guy, person bonidi. And now on my $20,000. Say yunkuta. Say ya ko na se nipa ko babi shiaye na bibia ko pepepe. Fine, bring back my money. Minji interest, minji shi. Na muko na se ebia mo ho ko kire mu wo kwan so a na ode we atwitwa or this kind of bar na waji ma ade e dia brand. That was what we did. It you be so bia odi e chiko. Your friend said Brazil. I would take power scrap could be upa bisan. Ye could do ho. Na ampa. The man was not there. Umbedui. Ye hotel. Nye go abontin bus and near team from airport. ECC abontin and Crawford team near mo bags. Now omo buku hotel na ma ye in 1 cedi and they wanted a deposit. You made me $20,000. Now mi kuta enya ban sika no. And I ye move 6,000 at the year deposit. And so omoma yina ya ko hotel ni ma ko home.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Echiri ena yini pan bae ena. Intino, Brazil assembly ye firm, all that story we have not told it. Yati media for side. The panel that came for commission, they had their set of questions. They were not ready to hear the full story. Elvis has written a book
on that.
On that full book.
In Oka, we have not told it. You want Elvis, you mean, right?
Missy, we have not told that our side of
the story. You want Elvis.
And Elvis, okay. The committee that was set.
Okay.
Elvis was not in Ghana. Yeah, Nana. Elvis went with the Black Star team about almost a month before the World Cup started.
Okay.
So, once he was away, we were coordinating the movements of a friend saying supporters. But all I'm trying to say is that me, Kojo do Asare. That's why I'm saying say you the Juma Shawunsa. The diligence now the bayano and the Bema will be who say I'm
on
Adia ye a scene to be brebia man. Some of the Brazil cooked up stories. Cooked up, baby media for
Kubene Doknones and
come on, I mean, where in Ghana, where in the world will they say Kube for $50? On which planet? On which planet?
$35.
Which planet?
No,
it's not true.
Or it could be from paradise.
I mean, how, where? All because they saw Elvis and your friend is saying, Damianan in a picture eating coconut from a friend is saying, what's the straw?
Yeah.
See, man price. And they vilify Nipa.
But did that thing come up at the commission?
It did it because you see, I'm just say Brazil has seven. You see, there are as a former a friend is appointee,
yes,
and a state officer. Meet me betnaha and become bibia the encounter whilst in office because I swore that oath. In 70 bino major meet me canning definitely Elvis cannot do same. But why certain things happened? Sometimes Obian sorry keke enya de. Say be sorry they decided say this can be good play mu e dey akọ Brazil. It doesn't just happen. Bisa who say you wo Paloma ha Unibank. Bank account. Emma all the players and officials ye inaugurate wo Unibank. What happened to it? Every player, an account was open for them.
Yes.
And it was a
big deal.
A big deal. Pomp and pageantry. Just said Brazil, whatever, big one. Be account beer. Players, what? How come one Ghana city did not go through that account? It was the same players and the officials of GFA. And I say, better bank account.
Even after having Unibank as a sponsor.
I am telling you, Opa. You see, that's where the journalists in this country, the media, let me not even make it. They did not even, were not interested in the issues. We opened account, go to Unibank. I'm sure all those accounts will be there.
That was publicized.
Yes.
Yeah, that was publicized.
So ask me why one city did not go through that account. Ask me. And then the politician involved is the one who is carrying the brunt for all that. Is it fair? Because the people behind, football people now, they thwarted that attempt. Because Omufu said there were only 40 people who were allowed for SARS-CoV. The team, I think the team was 28 or 30 member team, and then the rest are your officials.
Management committee members. No?
Now the 100,000 kotutu.
Account.
Nipa 40 account more. Others needed the Chirombe, they did. So they needed to fight it and thwart it.
Now, cash
Nimra physical so that they can edit it the way they want. Coefficient in the and then you come and blame the politicians involved.
Ekosiisen on
What role did we play in it? So let me not digress too much. All I'm saying is that so when we find ourselves in public service, now Sabi Chimabi eto yejuma ye ho na se yesi ye biebie mu ahwe ne ewo mu na ya. It is in your own interest. It is in your own interest. Say obe ma ho kwan na ya hwe wo so. So what the body be so there, then you should know say there are laws to deal with it. It immediately mean can be brave, mean chimu we can see, we can see now we can. I think said there is a day for accountability as a public servant any day.
Very well. The Honorable Kojo Edu Asare and Amote and Kano Agbesu Nuchu comes through in this one. Yeah. I was the one in charge of the
Agbesi, there you are.
Of the camp that accommodated the entire supporters union in
Brazil, yes.
And as a matter of fact, no one bought coconut. It was all free. You can count more than 800 trees of coconut with about 4 to 5 feet tall. The lies were too much. And how I wish an opportunity will come again on this Brazil issue. You all will hear more. Agbesi Nuchu.
Yeah.
And
we were working together at that time on the committee.
Well. Very well. We say, Obi, I've always loved Edu Asare personally. He is very passionate at whatever he does. From afar, I see him as a problem solver rather than someone who would lament over everything. Such people usually sacrifice their individual interest in an attempt to guard and protect the interest of the larger group. My respect for him has increased the more. Fieron, Mataheko, and Odiwe Abraying. And Honorable, your friend Samuel Brian Boabing.
I say I shouldn't start. Me Samuel.
Let me hold on with his now. Chairman Allotey Jacobs. Mpocho me inteo e follow parliament and than ende.
Me and in the moment
Okay.
but and does it
Ekosiisen on
reading from the papers as to what happened in parliament. My speaker recorded but this hung parliament, for me personally, is becoming an indisciplined parliament or the 8th parliament of the 4th Republic is becoming indisciplined. I'm saying this based on the fact that from both sides, it's about their political parties and not about Ghana. And that is why the speaker himself being the main cause of the problems in parliament.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yes. I really think so. It has gone to the extent that speaker bar or more speaker qua deputy speaker or more. I mean, what kind of parliament is this? You are not thinking about the millions of Ghanaians, their livelihood,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM,
their security. But we think about MPP, NDC, MPP, to the extent that MPP full minority, NDC full minority. Now was at the table motion or investigate
COVID-19 expenditure.
Nah, one by partisan with them as
chair.
Oh, I mean, how can you eat your cake and have it? It's like this parliament is not serious about moving this country forward. What kind of partisan is this? Partisanship power. War share bipartisanship power. Obi etum as a parliamentary board member, also deputy speaker and speaker. What? Are we living in Stone Age? This is how far Ghana has come. And you see, they are not serious. They don't look at their back. What kind of legacy are we living for our kids?
FM.
They are making parliament unattractive. I must use that word. That parliament, Zoru Kodu one, they are making it unattractive. So it's like, don't mind these politicians. They are all thieves. Go and make the yo. Because Obi Wawa, Lankusa no Nibi, he is struggling to have his or her daily bread. I work for parliament. Though you pay tax, but taxpayers' money are used in purchasing vehicles for you. You ride comfortably. Government will go in and make sure there any accommodation for you to help the people of this country, for you to formulate laws, for you to agree consensus on the loans or loans agreement. Obotuma bo or money. Na yetumi yenya yensika kwabi ayeye. Na infrastructures ayeye, health ayeye, education ayeye. These are three major basic things or Membia or thrive on. But you go to parliament and look at what they do. But unfortunately, I want to take things for this. Look, he's the finest that we have.
Oye Alban Bagbena.
I'm telling you. So far, the longest serving member of parliament. And then by God's grace, you've become a speaker. And you've been propelled to the top hierarchy of the very parliament. For almost over 30 years, I am a member of parliament. You've been a minority leader, you've been a majority leader. You have all the characteristics to make your seat as one of the best. He's losing that chance.
What has he done? Why then?
Oh, now I don't know why you're running one. No, upper court and lower court. Nigeria ni banubon you get parliamentary service board also to turn on more. Hefty slaps. But is that good for us? Is that good for our democracy? Mr. Abambabin is marching forward with this 8th parliament into a disaster. And the unchecked economy say, look, this is the very what contest for NDC flag bearership.
Yes, once.
Yeah, once. And the age is on his side. And you might not know tomorrow. But then you have an arena where you can build a very good persona for people to say there, he deserves to be a leader of this party, or he deserves to be or this or that. But I don't know. I really don't know. May I tell why, and time is not on us. Looking at COVID and looking at what is happening all over the world. Yeah, there are demonstrations here and there, all over the world because of COVID. That's gone to the extent there. People are fighting for their human rights. The COVID regulation or COVID this or COVID that or one
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
When prices of fuel increase in America, Britain, and other countries, Are their subjects fighting against their government? No. Also, bring certain policies out to mitigate problems. Even in British Parliament, well, one will say there because okay, party won in office number 10. Into normal all my concessions be nazi. But time is due. Look at what happened in Canada. The truck drivers what's it or they will declare one COVID certificate there at the answer they cross to America. They blocked a whole bridge. And say, you use certain means to send your message, but you don't violently use a message to determine your strength. Don't use violence. After all, we are not in the jungle.
Ekosiisen on Asare.
Neither are we Stone Age men. Madawin Abakache and there, no we were apes, and they are human beings. It's time to call a spade a spade.
Asempa FM.
What they are doing there is not helping Mother Ghana. Masami.
That's the chairman Allotey Corps near 10 in Ghana. I'll go around and then we do any other business near the young common Abba area. Ekosiisen Sunny Asempa FM and our Sugusu Wuti. Me pacho more pe message aba. Min kayana we dey say nkai. Edu Motors, I'm in fan to and also a car owner. They have a good news for you. Maybe our budget is low, but there is a fantastic opportunity. Edu Motors. Please look no further for any extra. They have a glorious opportunity for you to become a car owner. And terms are very favorable. There were all types of cars, from commercial to private cars. Nina okwa obenyabi. Mo amope work and pay. Moko Edu Motors ha. Ehonso yebeboa. Yewo Kaswa Barrier Junction near Liberia Camp. 0550 342 562 0550 342 562. Edu Motors. Or say your light has come. Mepacho ene insano adwuma na manfo edi ADD ewo kroma. UPI inkanne frewon Uniat Practical Institute, a technological school that focuses mainly on the practical approach to learning. Your courses be a 1 year duration, and your main courses no, and a 3 month minimum duration is a short courses. Main courses they be a computer basics and offline office administration. Your network and cyber security engineering, online business and e-commerce, graphic design, video editing, 3D animation, and also you software engineering, computer hardware and mobile phone technicians training, and so 3 month minimum courses and mature short courses no. Python programming, Java development, still graphics, CCTV installation and management, web development, cybersecurity, and Android development. Me pacho Uniat a Codvet registered training school. 85% practical training. Yema certified certificate of competency. Your well-equipped and air-conditioned classrooms and laboratories. Well-qualified and dedicated lecturers. And so now, your number is 0547 966 966. 0547 966 966. Your Delta House, Asylum down roundabout here in Accra. And the Monshan is my Provident Insurance and so say, and they want to welcome you into the new year. Remember to insure your new car or renew your existing motor insurance policy from now till the 31st of March 2022. You better kwa instantly way draw BNM raffle BNM renew ye and na say obabeye new insurance policy ewa yen hona ye kwa branded Provident souvenirs and some other amazing gifts. In the rush for your insurance cover now, T's and C's apply. With Provident, man, you're covered. Salam, any other business, me pacho?
Obi, we are fantastic. We see we do a quick trade too much. Messages are many, no. Easy.
The movement is on.
It's a movement. We can be more a champion. We're a
Yes, a
champion.
movement.
We're a champion. We're a champion. Stronger than apartheid. Stronger than apartheid.
Stronger than apartheid.
That's right. Ekosiisen is stronger than apartheid. Obi,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
human lives worth more than money. Oh. We share Bonipa COVID a DN. I need the whole world. It's one we can't quantify.
Asempa
Some countries
FM.
are going into recession. Greece, Italy, and so on and so forth. I want you to I have, a picture which I CNN. So, if you see it, or see gas, groceries, electricity prices all going up. I'm sure one was had.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who UK for there? Inflation is at its highest, 30-year highest in America and UK. Bibia ekosu. We are not an island. We are part of the world economy. Ita huchira aba ewiase no ebibe kayen ewo ha. Eya. Ye nyina ye bread ye. But together we have to understand say we have to fight this together.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
We have not intentionally caused havoc and pain to our own selves. I'm sure for those who are faithful will say, Nyame achire bibi kakra, achire to me. He has shown us that he's the
Asempa
Almighty,
FM.
brought something down on earth that has tested human character. Oh. That's why we should overly play politics with, because human life worth more than money. Nipan kwa e chen sika. Se wo ntwa e na obetimi apɛ sika. So far, on my way, we just send here yes against COVID at a point. Now we're leading the world in some of the things we were doing. You started contact tracing, and isolation and treatment before America could start here. But can you know? You can say, America, enter a coin, but we start here before America could start here.
On Asempa
I don't know, say one who's so the medical drones are here. Once America, till date, America doesn't have it. They have gone back, back to same zip line, Ghana. No. Once those we saw from Rwanda and brought them. Omasha say, no. A saving crop for. America, Edwin Senior, this zip line flying of medical drones. In any time, Biana, Abrafono, change in there. Any answer, there are times that we are also ahead of them. That is why, as a country, saying and put the politics aside, the many suffering masses, how do we ensure that we bring reprieve and relief to our people? And then I say Parliament will do and not settle personal scores there. What I say, Obi, that's what we expect Parliament to do. But I say they are so entrenched in party issues that let's go after. And I don't think that we will help this nation much if we continue. It's the same thing. On e-levy. What I say. Share. Obi. Maybe e-levy maybe call other matters. Nam de si form. In Ukraine say it is true. There's no denying the fact. Nyama bo akosoro. You understand? People are suffering. Cost of living has gone up. And We all feel it. But sometimes, if we are confronted with situations that are tougher than us, we need to brace ourselves and hold it. And in Tina, I say, if you bet me, there is 7 billion within this country every year, why don't we exploit that option?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
We school mutifie. So many things wrong with our country. Going to the IMF, a no-brainer. IMF won't be bobia. Country banner obi when we say IMF wa warm. Country bank. I wait to change your economic fundamentals. Just give me one country.
Asempa FM.
There's no country in this world. IMF at me warm. So the lesson is that any IMF and a boying. We have to help ourselves. So if we have found a way to raise revenue, yes, a bit high in kakra. But if we're able to raise resources and stabilize our country, I am sure Enchebia, what we are seeing on CNN, on the BBC, Sky News, other countries, FM, will be able to stabilize it. How do we empower the youth of this country? Saying, NAPCO, how do we ensure that, we put money into it? These our young brothers and sisters are, because if money is not there, all of
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
It's better, say we engage them than to allow them to stay at home. And I think, we should not overly
Asempa FM.
Play the politics. Let's talk to our own selves. As on mine, can we sacrifice just a little bit for our own sake, our own future? I'm not sure that you be here loan, maybe not even loan, aid, grants from other countries. On the chair, Sika Asana, yet me, I could see hospital. It will be. No, I don't think so. Currently, MTN, almost 1% in, 1% out. MTN is a Ghanaian company. Ending year, 31st December, profit on Benibia, no more Boba, no more South Africa. Now, Cyril Ramaphosa or the year South Africa year. But this is Ghanaian money.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Ghana Sika. Why do we enrich a company in another country ahead of ours? Oh, I think, say, the Ukrainians say, it beats me power there. We know that times are hard, but let's also understand that this country belongs to ours. But, yeah, any NDC for Nyachum. I think that a ban of taxes, NDC should be the last in this country. On the opposite taxes, and on the accuse another government say on overtaxing Ghanaians. They should be the last. Obi, NDC taxi Ghana force taxi condom. Any cutlasses. Farmers, Eddie Ejuma, ni na omo taxi. Toothpick, taxi, toothpick, Kruma. And then we are looking at raising so much money, and you say no.
Asempa FM.
Their track record, I should say, if we succeed in passing
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Like they did to the CST, the Communication Service Tax. I mean, who are buying beer to me? Then a source of revenue of $1 billion a year. You say, with the trim. Me who abaya ebesa. And Obi, why it is also important, say yenhwe senia within Omaino, we can do things on our own. Some extraordinary circumstances are happening in Europe, in Ukraine. Enchebia, we all feel the economic impact of some of the things going on in Europe. Because Russia, no, almost a million, they would squeeze OPEC and prices of petroleum will rise. Maybe a see Russia, Ukraine, Honomu, we may not think say there's direct link, but the link ever. Because once we have a completely deregulated market, surprise
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And in this country, there's a ripple effect. Once Ebape Bibia e follow. Not to hold the point for long.
Okay.
But I think that the AC Amanonin, any we are see hangina should tell us that you share within us first. Yeah, you bit me a year. Yeah, on mine. And I think that we have the potential to help ourselves, young people, women and children. Na Emma Ghana and Fanny to my pa and
infra. Mamena says Salam. Honorable Kojo Asare, any other business?
You be with the channel Contempt now, sorry. So I'm say me Kasaka Crab di kind if yeah, Commodia ID
Yes.
Earlier. Media C. But mo bi anso ma na adwen enye ne se ne ana ye bisa no na ye bisa no won ne bone so ye nyina enim
Ekosiisen on Asempa
adwen
FM.
enim pa se sika ye nya ye throughout this COVID period ye hwe so yi a anka sa ho kire a yewura mu just a year and a half after the COVID ka ye mbem. Because we were graced with so much. The world was so magnanimous towards us at the time. Because now, Ubia who say, yeah, your maya, na your boy your home they also felt say, BBC Asia, as I saw mobile number so yasin, ni timi etitim. Unfortunately, my MPP government and their, omo who say Christmas biaba, and after that Christmas biaba krum, onim ne odini sika ye ntina, o se sabre and say ye ndi, but sika so ba ho kire mu a ye ni nyina ye dibi to ho e ma dache ma. Ko be bisa say MPP ba aban we mu 5 years ti. COVID ba ye.
Ekosiisen
And then
on
omodi ato ho,
Asempa
then omodi to ho ma echina. President ko Mahama ba ye no. Na Ghana entisa abrochire o. Ghana was not what the oil na onyemu sika no. That time na sa 10 field ye nyan starting ji mu kapre. I'm sure you are aware of that.
Yeah.
Now I think only 1 or 2 na a year Juma at the time.
It was Jubilee.
But he saw the need, said that chibi beba. I want to ba. It is as kana yenya nkakran kakran yemfa bi nto ho. Na sa ahokyere bi ba da achia. Na ye dia soso ye ho as anase asin. MPP with the additional fields. Any sika amunya free oil mu sika sen emu sen and omotumi save in the last 5 years.
Nobody in this country
Okay,
lost the job.
over the years.
That's common government.
Oh no, please. I'm talking about oil money. How much have you saved? That's the question I'm asking. It's not about
on
please.
Salam,
I beg you. Oh, just a mo dia eto ho na ma fedi. E free to na ma fedi. I can say Enka heritage fund in Sokra. Moko. You made the attempt, lobbied the then 7th Parliament minority. Munya to tesa and Kamoko Yis as kind of ready.
Omu dine saying.
Sika da ho yes here dey ma dachi mba. Dachi ayahin. Ayahin mu bebu onu hu nkunta e na mu dwane. Isuo no ayahin free water ayahin. How much is the water? We are asking you to come and account for the water. You are running away. Oh, Salam. Oba ache to refuse no. And then I'm not punching you, so please allow me. Oh, free water, mumaye. Electricity, partly free for some level of people and others paying 50%. And you are saying the cost to you, come and account for it. You are running away. And yet you want to use that. You know, ni uska de mamo any say brusu say ansu say ye pew, then we can all say if we have to pat you in the back we do so. You are running away, giving us the impression say there's something wrong, and that is how we feel.
Will it be fair to say they are running away? They're giving you an alternative, say an independent constitutional body. That report is before Parliament.
Where going? You are going for Gravagan. We're going. We're going.
Asempa FM.
Oh my granny. Because they don't want to face the accountability. They don't want to. That is it. How much was water? Water for 8 months or so. Almost bill for 1 whole year. Almost a year together. Don't we know? Don't we know already? Electricity for a whole year. So we know how much is involved. Vis-a-vis amount abe pie omusem. Ade potin ya. Apart from suoni eyina Salam e kan ho asem. E den bio. What else? That 53 weeks, or say 2 weeks feeding of greater Accra and Kumasi no. And we are saying they've already noted the amount. And now I'm say a J all bought the amount in old cities. Adriano, me yem share. I say 54 trillion old cities. Yes, 3 weeks Adriane for Greater Accra, partly Greater Accra and partly
about over 4,000 people.
Over
4,000. Is it 4,000 or 400,000 people?
Obi.
Yes.
Near bank for no edimaya no. Okayomo.
Say no nka ho.
Me bisao. Bank around the same time amuso mu che aduane no. The banks were sharing money. Churches were sharing money. Money, food. And other identifiable groups were sharing food.
Asempa FM.
Nobody should come and throw dust. I say, just come and account. Let me go to E-levy quickly and then I drop.
Yeah, quickly, in 2 minutes.
Obi, why they delay E-levy?
On Asempa FM.
Is it the NDC?
No, sir, government are withdraw say or consultations.
Anti Casa Bibribino, yeah, dear fire home. Casa Bibribino, a fire home. No, we levy beer. Mon Franco Parliament. A honor. You better decide whether it will be approved or not. What you say? Your friend will never hate. Your friend will china hate. And our speaker, you say, won't to me, my dear Moody share. Musimu Kashrin enye. Speaker, waba hotio. Moody, 11 aqua. Mijidi kombe di hujuma. 11 no na mukuno on arrival. this Adwoasafo issue.
Asempa FM.
Mo na mo dey say mo ade. Okay, Adwoasafo is an MP. Who doesn't know say Taifa Hono? If you withdraw Adwoasafo, you have lost the seat. Who doesn't know?
Any Taifa Domi Kwabe.
Sorry, me say Taifa. That's a hokan. Taifa.
I know what Domi Kwabe.
Yes.
Okay.
If you withdraw Adwoasafo, you have lost. Period.
The election.
I'll tell you the truth.
FM.
Because NDC be beat you easy.
Really?
Ne papa no na sorry for membership. That is where they live.
NDC will not beat
Ne papa.
any day.
Ne papa. I sorry for no. I mean, you know his father's church, and you know the numbers I'm talking about. That's where they live.
But Professor Michael Kwe was
Almost free.
So that's the family also there. They're very popular.
Almost free.
So
that's why the analysis is flawed.
Contending.
But who is sure to say any other candidate apart from Adwoasafo, the MPP will lose that seat?
Me say, I am telling you, if out of this pain,
Okay. Under this circumstance,
now they withdraw Adwoasafo. I am telling you, if they decide, say, group of they also will not go and vote. They will not win. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm talking about thousands of people. Omo ye farm. Omo one in Pota. Your friend is saying import a factory.
Yeah.
That's where they live. Bus for move free all the bar every day. Young kuta mo cars ne kika ho.
But Asare, you agree with me there. Under this government,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Adwoasafo name Papa. What to?
No doubt
about
that.
Remember, I mean,
You see,
when both the negative and the positive.
No doubt
side
about
of
that.
it.
No doubt about
There,
that.
At
You
least
see,
there should be an appreciation there.
no doubt.
Those who ban equal parliament, where your minister, the man Benny.
Never pay any for
Allotey, I agree with you 100%. But you know what they call blood is thicker than water. I'm sure you know that better than I do. Obi yini suno enkosesan tumago embeshim. We all know that. Wow. It is for me, I think, sir, the manner in which this whole thing is being managed, they are drawing in families and emotions and so on. For me, I think, sir, in as much as it may cure a certain political mischief, counterproductive, whichever way you look at it. Because Mami, you know it. You cannot. You can sack him. I don't know how true that is.
We've not confirmed.
Why? So whatever it is, some sacking as minister, MP, Muntimi sacking. There are ways to get whether or not we will get there, nobody knows. But all of that, it also gives you that NPP lacks tact as a political party. Mr. Sikasem, mo the chief of staff assemble mu ni ade masa chief of staff na juma no edimpa. Every chief of staff. I have worked with chief of staffs before. And I know the kinds of things, problems they solve on daily basis. What I say, the kinds of and please, and yes, sika biya na ya ban sika. That's one thing we all should learn also. Me better because maybe it suits into bekan ya ope. Because Ochina, when my chief of staff also does something, I must be consistent with the things I say. So, chief of staff, and yen sika nyina na ya ban sika. That's why you say sika boni wo system ni.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
of course.
A man for call ye cocaine ni other deals ni sa nema na sa sika boni no. Bank be na edi kogu. Ni bisa. Bank be na edi kogu. What you say? You dey solve problems
In the system.
What you say? You dey solve problems in the system. It nyanya bibia na your friends. And some of these things, you know, you're careful, because we are forced. Now I heard you because that one day your chief of staff may find himself at that part of town. Now, I feel we will say, "Well, no, sir." You know, I think say issues are a war honor. Let's deal with them as we should. Near woman, a year, plane now, buy private jet, why need to and those are.
We can interrogate
exactly.
those.
I know your genuine concerns are. I'm not for interrogate. People should not push too hard when it gets to some of these things. Matter. Governance, there is a world under the world, and that world must also live. Me bube.
Kojo do Asare.
What I say? There's a world under the world, and that world must live. And there are people who are trained to live in that world and to protect that world. It's a position a demand microphone. If you are one asi, if you are one a juma ye. It is a BBPR. Sometimes we should find more information. How you better deal with some of them.
Very well.
Not all.
Before I can,
Very well.
You know,
Very well.
I've learned a lot being a presidential staff. Hey, Obi, I just want to go. There only be a behind the scenes.
If you can see him, oh
my God.
Yeah.
You know, a lot really happened.
Let me just drop.
Okay.
It is finally,
Yes.
media, as I said, and yet NDC in a delay a e-levy. And yet, na ye can't. One come atra. Ghanaians have also spoken. They said they don't want the e-levy.
Some Ghanaians have spoken.
Yes.
NDC has spoken.
Fine. NDC and young Ghanaians be.
Some Ghanaians have spoken.
NDC has spoken.
Yes, see. E-levy
Asempa
is
FM.
not. Well, you need to tag a modern man.
Ekosiisen
A wine
on
sika.
Asempa
A
FM.
den sika.
Okay.
And a more taxi. Muntimi yi sa sika sa question nano MIA. Say, what are you taxing? Are you taxing our money, our end money that you've already taken, will income, whatever?
Those details will be in the bill that goes to Parliament.
Now,
The number and everything. It will be public.
No, you see, Obi me pacha 1 second. Oh, kwakoya
Yeah.
Adia we pacha on pocha 1 minute. Oh, adia ukoye. The larger numbers are the ones you claim you are going round to speak to.
Yes.
Town hall meetings here, you get larger numbers than people you meet in Parliament. Don't you think they deserve to understand
what
before it goes to Parliament?
Very well. Kofi Chumbuafo says, good evening, Obi. Please tell Honorable Edu Asare that if we were to live with our parents' achievement and glory, I, Kofi Chumbuafo, would have been president of Ghana. On another day. Kofi Chumbuafo,
now, why not leave you on parents?
He might be referring to Ajo, I don't know, but
Ajua said
Suffer.
the papa.
I don't know how the papa is strong in Taifa area when he.
And your glorious, I'm talking fact.
Ekosiisen
Me see,
on
if
Asempa
they
FM.
dead, go about it the way they are going, throwing tantrums at
they
the
will
lady
lose
and
the
all
seat.
of that. If they push that lady out,
They will lose.
they push that lady out, it may affect you. If they will lose that seat. That's what I'm saying.
Chairman Allotey.
Oh, yeah, President, you as a chief of staff. Onu Chumbuafo.
Yeah, Kofi Chumbuafo. So wait, Niniane Kojo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Kojo NDC. Okay. Yo. Chairman.
Could you do us any presentation? Onye na ngutin pe from both political divide. We present ourselves on air in such manner that erode the confidence of Ghanaians in politicians.
Including you.
Oh, yes. That's precisely what I'm saying. Miss Obuko could be here. Mozi in your hang parliament here. One Yeboko koto aba ye nye 40% po.
Ekosiisen on
vote
Asempa FM.
Because in Yangasa we come and accuse ourselves. Ne ye diska poto, ne ye them destroying your own career. Look, politics is a profession. Politics is not an NGO type of business. Politics is business. But when you come and accuse yourself, you made this kind of you know what was to the American or at the Brazilian. And some fun working out with someone because I will forever defend Elvis Afrika. I know who he is. But he's a politics in the let's forget it. I will not forget it. But you see, these are the things we do to give ourselves a very bad image. To look as if the politics in Agoye Obama live
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
So without politics, we cannot do ourselves, or we cannot project ourselves, or we cannot be enterprising. Into politics, into or you are a criminal. You are armed robber. Could be up there a government? You call a government an armed robber government. You call politicians armed robbers, thieves, rogues, and you expect the Ghanaian. Ewa, Missy J free SHS in Ewa. Gradually say okoda for the next 10-15 years. Politician get jina platform there because Ewa about too tight. People will hoot at you. People will even come invade your platform and get rid of you out of that platform. Because by then they would have understood the chemistry and the dynamics of Ghanaian politics. There it's all about money because we have said so. We are undoing ourselves. We all go parliamentary, but you be the one bus. The parliament is what the blade you could be now.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Hey, Ghana, where are we going? You're saying your politics as in yo nya nesuban into them all. If our politics is degenerating into something else, you can't give it a name. Look, currently as I'm speaking, there's no respect in our political space. No respect. Because Yabakansam Iyanangasa Iyansu Yekitebio. No obi so there akuko oshawa mutazi or ye blue also or ye white. Akuko oshawa mutazi or ye brown also or ye green. Nasu obisu kitaniza so akuko iti green the man or ye green. And that's what we are doing. One member he levied. Edward Asare will agree with me the NDC manifesto for 2020. There was this taxation on levy transactions, communication tax. It was on it.
Can you read it?
Me read. Ma Mr. Mango School. Mr. Mango School.
The uniform
Transaction policy.
Yes.
Tax.
Oh, yeah.
Mustapha.
Yes. Mustapha.
Policy.
I will comment
Tax.
you know about oh.
I'm sure.
No, are you sure the word in a policy?
Yes. Oh, I can get it for
You
you.
have to say a tax policy. You put it there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Chairman,
Yeah.
to read.
Yeah. I will you chap one. Baby abuku bia won don't know your call. I watch her. Baby, I will you don't know what's about more what to you watch up with them. Baby abuku bia don't know ni bi wo.
So why are you?
It's in the American Only thing American was our you don't know the same thing. There's no difference.
Why should I
Yeah.
different?
Or capture the English language in such a way he has the Osuni no soon one wants it. Yeah, there's nothing different between what the NDC was seeking and what the MPP intends to do. No difference. Ni Brofo but say I can't what's there. One police station agency were illiterate. Now I mean man go school in the I mean man go school in the man for
Finance police and clean can't go for all day. So they don't compare police station.
it was as it said. Now the issue is that Ghanaians need to question politicians.
Okay, the exact word there, no, introduce a uniform transaction fee policy to guide the electronic payment industry.
Tax home.
Fee policy.
Fee no
guide
tax.
the electronic payment industry.
Also fee in your tax.
Business. It's our business.
You know me one.
It is somebody's business.
Next week, you pay about now. Yeah, extension of this discussion.
Don't do any extension. We are doing it here.
Yeah. The Muko Ghanaian politics in that way. Look, Mr. There, Ghana is becoming sophisticated so far as our politics is concerned. And see, more on there, couching of words in the Osuni, no Suni, the same thing. I will you don't do or yet the same thing. There's no difference. But you see, there's one thing Ghanaians need to interrogate on in the speaker who is aligned to NDC. Also, was the ye transaction by Parliament for approval. MPP will lose the 2024 elections. NDC MPs minority or Parliament. Apart from their position on the E11, they are also advising the government that as the E11 is about Parliament near approval, you will lose elections. Now your enemy is going to lose elections.
I don't going to tell you.
Messi, the more Kokwana say politics in the middle. Messi, what's the boko? Oh, yeah, look.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Politics
FM.
or ni intrigues and intricacies. Politics were ni dynamism. And you made them local parliament. You've spoken to some people, you rely on them. If you in parliament, the very people you rely on one year or what you withdraw. Until the Kwame Nkrumah there 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. And see, which na get on nation. Re-engineer parliament in Angaza before you send the E-levy there. Oh, yeah, you people are not gods.
Acts of God.
Oh, well, you people are not gods. And the Martin in there.
Martin.
Essay was called Bolus relations. One from where?
One from where? They should take it.
Oh, yeah, in the way I know. This is the funny side.
Who is stopping it?
This is the funny side of NDCO. Is here how they have been coached to come and say on air? One from where? But was Boko at the appropriate time? When the numbers fall in line.
God himself is judging you. God himself.
Oh, judge one.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
No, I love Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia administration, and I support Bawumia for 2024. Onuti, I will not deny that fact.
I can publicly.
Yeah, publicly.
All my numbers.
Yeah. Nyankopon so
people are praying.
You know, when you are lying to the people, you lie to the people. Na you be ho na catch one there. Oh, said he leave you for parliament. You lose the 2024. If you in there because of one or two things in the ever get there, what do the same people who come and sit there, yeah, Ghana will bend, Ghana will do so and so and so.
Live commentary coming up. Thank you. Mami now one as the chairman Allotey Corps and a train in Kano, Kojo Edu Asare and a Salam Mustapha. Okateche Kwame. Oga Dusman.
Gadus.
Oh, Gadus. Yes, Gadus and they.
Yes, Gadus said was sending message but one kind.
Oh, okay. Messages in the doors. Atu Lindsay. JL.
Chairman Atu Lindsay.
Executive Chairman.
No. Charlie. You know,
someone can say SM channel.
Yes.